Thank God, thank God, thank God, thank God. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you guys remember when news came out that James Gunn was going to be the CEO of the DCU. One of the first news that came out was Booster Gold. They already had the casting decision for this. Apparently, this was a rumor as of recently. That was an entire rumor that Kumail Nanjiani was gonna be Booster Gold. I said, "Oh my God, it's a wrap." To just don't even. It's just such a bad start, James Gunn. Like you're really fucking up here. Okay, I've already made a video on this on these race swaps when it comes to comic book characters and just my distaste for it. But when you're stepping in as the new CEO of a studio and you're really trying to make a mark, that's not the first move that you do by casting Booster Gold with Kumail Nanjiani. It's literally the dumbest shit. All right. Apparently, that shit was a whole lie. And I'm just so thankful, bro. I am so thankful because I have nothing against Kumail Nanjiani, but you already got a stacked cast of people who look like the comic book characters, and you're gonna go far left here and cast him to be Booster Gold. Okay, Booster Gold is one of those characters that we don't see much of, but he's popular enough to where you definitely want him to be introduced into the DCU. One of the first people that came to mind to play Booster Gold that is a no-brainer is Glenn Powell. Okay, I'm pretty sure most of you guys can already see it. All right. When I went to go see Top Gun Maverick, that was my first introduction to Glenn Powell. And if you guys remember his character, he definitely seemed like one of those stuck up rich boys, arrogant as hell, guys, right? That just were just arrogant as fuck. So from the jump, like most people weren't fucking with him in the movie from the jump. And that's exactly how Booster Gold is. Like everyone knows those characters that start out arrogant, don't care for anybody but themselves. Prime example, Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. Well, how was he in his first starting out, right? When you got another character that's like that as well too, but to a different extreme, you're gonna need someone that can portray it the best. Glenn Powell is going on a crazy run right now. He's very popular. A newer, younger star that could literally bring his acting ability to this character. And James Gunn, if you're trying to really have all your characters hit home, right, you need to make the best casting decision. Okay, I don't know how many times I have to say it, but a casting literally makes or breaks the movie. Dead ass. That's how important casting actors in as characters is. When it comes to Booster Gold, you're gonna need a up and rising, notable actor that is not too famous, but has already portrayed that type of character in a film, right? And has already done a really good job with it. Okay. To give you guys just a quick background of Booster Gold and my case for Glenn Powell playing as Booster Gold, we'll start with who Booster Gold is because not many people know his story or what kind of hero he is. Booster Gold was literally a comic book jock. He was literally a jock in Gotham and finds himself finding some technology and become a superhero, right? Literally his main motive is to become a well-known, rich, famous superhero. Like all the selfish reasons why it would make sense for someone like Glenn Powell, who in Twister, Top Gun Maverick, he he displayed that thirst for being at the top and fulfilling his ego. That's what we need. Like, when it comes to these actors, if you really want people to believe that character and have those characters make an impact on the audience, they need to really embody them, right? And the best thing to do is to get someone that's already displayed those characteristics extremely well in another film. Glenn Powell has done that with both of his films, and that's kind of his persona now in the movies that he makes. The cocky, arrogant, charismatic dude that literally you love to hate, right? He's just he's that type of character. And can you guys imagine him standing next to David Corn Sweat, whoever the new Batman is? I hope it's Pattinson. You guys already know my stance on that. And all the other Justice League members, like, he looks like he fits in, right? I don't know if they've casted this yet, but they're currently working on the show, and it's not too late to, to call Glenn Powell and say, hey man, like, I think this is the spot for you. And he's actually heard a lot of comparisons already, so he could be open to the idea of playing Booster Gold. Even if he doesn't become, the choice of Booster Gold, thank you God that Kumail Nanjiani is not gonna be him. Thank goodness. All right, I know he's a good comedian or whatever, and people were saying, oh, he, with the comedic factor, he could really play a good Booster Gold. Be dead serious right now. Be for real. Okay, he didn't even. You know what? I would say he did okay in the Eternals, right? He did okay there, but that's because nobody knew who his character was. Like, that was the first time I ever heard of him. All right, so I could have suspected that's what he actually looked like in the comics. But Booster Gold, we already know who he is, and we know what he looks like, and we know his personality, and that's just not it. It's not it at all. So I'm extremely happy that they've, debunked that rumor of him being Booster Gold, and they're working on a series for him now. But like I said, the DCU has an opportunity to really stack their Justice League. All right, like, they have the opportunity to really stack these guys. So, if you guys think this is also a good casting choice for Booster Gold, let me know. And if you think Kumail Nanjiani could play him, please convince me otherwise. All right. Thank you. And until next time.